Ronaldo has no natural talent. It's a sentiment that's been echoed not just by football fans, but even by some ex-professionals over the years. Recently, Rodri claimed that Ronaldo was able to compete with Messi solely because of his hard work, suggesting he lacked innate talent. This idea stems from the contrast in how Ronaldo and Messi play the game. Messi is often described as a natural genius, while Ronaldo is seen as the ultimate hard worker. But let's be honest, this take is absolutely ridiculous. What drew clubs like Arsenal and United to Ronaldo as a lanky 16-year-old wasn't just his work ethic, it was his raw, undeniable talent. He had a unique ability to glide with the ball, something that turned heads across Europe. Premier League fans who watched him at United will tell you just how electrifying he was even in his early years. And let's be real, you don't become a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner purely through hard work. If that were true, anyone with a strong work ethic could reach that level. But we know that's not the case. Recently, Slaven Bilic summed it up perfectly when he said, "To say that Cristiano Ronaldo is just the result of hard work is pure stupidity. Ronaldo is the perfect blend of talent and relentless effort, a combination that makes him one of the greatest players of all time." Pele scored all those goals because he played without the offside rule. That's what some fans claim to downplay Pele's incredible achievements. But this couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, the offside rule has existed since the late 19th century, long before Pele's time. And here's the kicker. The offside rule back then was actually stricter than it is today. The very first offside rule, introduced in 1883, required an attacker to have 3 opposition players in front of him to be considered onside, which made scoring goals difficult for attackers. Then in 1925 it was modified slightly, requiring just 2 opponents ahead of the attacker. This was the rule Pele had to play under. Compare that to today's rule, which was introduced in 1990, allows attackers to be level with the second to last defender. Pele didn't have that luxury. His timing had to be impeccable. So no, Pele didn't rack up his goals because there was no offside rule. If anything, he thrived under stricter conditions, proving just how truly brilliant he was. Ronaldinho's Nike advert. In a famous 2005 Nike advert, Ronaldinho effortlessly shoots the ball off the crossbar, rebounding it perfectly back to himself without ever letting it touch the ground. He doesn't do this just once or twice, but 4 times in a row. This ad was marketed as a real footage, and with Ronaldinho's exceptional talent, many fans didn't think twice about believing it. After all, the Brazilian was capable of some jaw-dropping feats. The ad was so popular that it became the first video to crack 1 million views on YouTube. But as mesmerizing as it was, the reality is that special effects were used to make this happen. Anyone with a keen eye for special effects could spot the alterations. So while some Ronaldinho fans might be disappointed, the truth is the ad wasn't real. It was an incredible piece of marketing magic. Roy Keane ended Alfie Haaland's career. It's a claim that's been echoed by many over the years. The infamous tackle in 2001 is often painted as the defining moment that ended Alfie Haaland's playing days, but it's not exactly accurate. Kane's tackle was fueled by revenge for a 1997 incident where Haaland accused him of faking an injury, an accusation made during a game where Kane had actually suffered an ACL injury. Fast forward to 2001 and Keane saw his moment to settle the score. But did that tackle actually end Haaland's career? No. In fact, Haaland played just 4 days later. Later that summer he underwent knee surgery. But here's the kicker, it wasn't on the right knee, the one Keane tackled, but on his left where he had been dealing with a long-term discomfort. Haaland eventually retired in 2003. 2 years after the infamous challenge. While it's true he never played a full 90 minutes in England again, the main reason for his retirement was the toll of injury issues on his left knee, combined with the fact that he was entering his 30s, a common retirement age for players at the time. So while Keane's tackle was brutal and controversial, it wasn't the career-ending blow many believe it to be. Giroud cost Ozil the Premier League assist record. It's a belief shared by many Arsenal fans, but it lacks the nuance it deserves. During the 2015-16 season, Mesut Ozil was on fire. By December, he had racked up 16 assists, just 5 short of breaking Thierry Henry's record with half the season still to play. But over the next 17 games, Ozil managed only 3 more assists. Frustrated fans pointed fingers at Olivier Giroud, who went on a 15-game goal drought during that period. While Giroud's struggles were a factor, they weren't the whole story. For one, Giroud played less than 30 minutes in 7 of those 15 games, as Danny Welbeck was often the preferred striker. A bigger blow to Arsenal's creativity came from Santi Cazorla's injury. Without the Spaniard orchestrating the midfield, Ozil had to drop deeper, limiting his ability to create freely in advanced positions. Other key players also underperformed. Aaron Ramsey and Theo Walcott managed just 5 league goals each that season, and Alexis Sanchez went 14 consecutive games without scoring, injured for 8 and failing to find the net in the other 6. So while Giroud's dry spell didn't help, it's clear that a multitude of factors derailed Ozil's chase for the assist record. To pin it all on Giroud would be oversimplifying a much more complex situation. Franco Baresi and Paolo Maldini conceded just 23 goals in 196 matches. This stat has been widely shared on social media, not just by fans, but by major pages and publications as well. Given that Baresi and Maldini are 2 of the most legendary defenders to ever grace the game, it's easy to see why many might believe it. But as impressive as this duo was, the stat is completely false. The confusion comes from a misunderstanding of the actual stat. The pair didn't concede 23 goals in 196 matches together. In reality, they played over 400 matches together and conceded 298 goals. But here's the breakdown. Over the 13 Serie A seasons they played together, the average of 298 goals conceded across those years comes to 23 goals per season, not 23 goals in just 196 games. So while Baresi and Maldini were defensive titans, the claim that they conceded just 23 goals in 196 games is totally inaccurate. Tottenham have no trophies. It's a joke that's been aimed at Spurs for years, especially among fans of England's traditional Big Six. But while Tottenham's lack of silverware in the past 15 plus years has been frustrating, the claim that they have no trophies is simply not true. In fact, Tottenham are one of the most successful teams in English football history. Based on major trophies won, they sit 6th with 26 trophies, just 8 behind Chelsea in 5th and 10 behind City in 4th. Some of their most notable honors include 2 league titles, 8 FA Cups, and 2 UEFA Cups, along with several other domestic and continental triumphs. So while Tottenham's trophy drought has made them an easy target for banter, their history is far more decorated than some might think.